Hey, what's up everybody? This is Matt, and today I'm coming at you with a video. It's going to be relatively short. It's not quite a deck matchup. It looks like one because my other deck matchups videos have opened this way, but yeah, this is an Eldlich video, so if you're a Dark Magician you don't care, feel free to leave or not. But anyway, I just wanted to show you why Witch's Strike is such a good card and absolutely a main deck option, like if you're playing, you know, Eldlich, but also in theory, if you play in Dark Magician, you can actually main deck this card. It's really good, like, right? Um, the main reason that I moved to my main deck is because of the adventure package, right? The adventure engine sets up an omni negate, like that's usually the first play of every player, right? Is to set this up. Whenever you're going against a deck that has this, and yeah, Wizard Strike just says, "Oh, you omni negate me? Well, I just destroy all your cards, including the ones in your hand." So yeah, great card. So anyway, so this is a game I played against an Invoked player. You may recognize his username. It's the same Invoke player as my Eldlich versus Invoke matchup. I play with him again, so this is all for like an online tournament, right? So I beat him the first time, and then I had to play him again because it's not like true single elimination. So I played him again another time. I did beat him, but yeah, this game one was just funny. I'm not gonna show the whole game one, just like leading up to the parts involving Witch's Strike. So let's get started. I want to keep this relatively fast. So he goes first. I open Witch's Strike. He's going to do his Invoke thing, right? Very predictable. Blah, 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 blah. Meltdown. Alistair. So you might be wondering, why did he not go into Secure Gardener and Mechaba? So this guy knows that I'm playing Eldlich. He's played me before. My guess is that he chose to go the Ecclesia route because he wants to save Invocation, so when he knows my Eldlich is in the graveyard, so he can banish it. So for those who don't know, Invocation can banish fusion materials from your opponent's graveyard. So yeah, so he can actually fuse Eldlich and Alistair into Mechaba. I'm aware of that. However, I actually when I started this game, I was kind of like multitasking, or I was finishing something else up, and I didn't pay attention, and I accidentally sent my Eldritch to the graveyard, and he used it to fuse into Mechaba. So I did make a big blunder. We're just gonna skip through that and just get to the main part. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna send Eldritch. Yeah, so I sent Eldlich to the graveyard to get rid of his punishment. What I should have done was I should have immediately sent Solemn Strikes to the graveyard to revive Eldlich, so that when he does Invocation, he can't use Eldlich as a fusion material. So that was my fuck up. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. But I do have Witch's Strike, and I am about to, thanks to Conk, set Elixir here. So there's my Elixir. All right. Alright, so big blunder. He used Invocation. I left my Eldlich in the graveyard and he fused it away. So never let this happen to you. If you're against Invoke player, do not end your turn with Eldlich in the graveyard because they will fuse it into Mechaba. Just letting you know. Like, this was a big mess up on my turn. I should have known better. I wasn't paying full attention to the game. But it doesn't matter because I have Witch's Strike, and Witch's Strike is all you need to single-handedly win this game. Check this out. So he normal summons Effect Veiler, which is very alarming to me. I don't know why he normals Effect Veiler, but I don't like it, right? But this is the point where I decide to pull the trigger. So I activate Elixir. So this is a bait. I want Mechaba to negate this, and I'm fairly sure that he does have a trap in his hand. Because his hand is a little too full, and he knows that I'm a trap deck. So my guess is, because he knows he's playing against Eldlich, he has at least one trap in hand that he can use to negate one of my traps. And if he negates this Elixir, not only will I not get my Eldlich, but this Elixir is going to get banished, right? So in his view, I'm really screwed because I'll be super screwed because I won't be able to, rotate through my golden land traps, and I'll be a sitting duck, right? So this is what I want him to think, right? So he actually does use Mechaba, sending Shadow Schism to negate my Elixir, right? And then look what I do. On res, oh, so this is banish. On res, Witch's Strike, baby. Alright, so he's going to attempt to save his Mechaba using Salamander Almirage, but I'm just going to Solemn Strike that. Yeah, so his entire field and hand get blown out. Alright, so check this out. So he goes to end his turn. I have a Trap Trick, right, and Solemn Strike. That's all you need because check this out. On end phase, Trap Trick is going to grab my other Eldlich, right? Eldlich. Yeah, so look at this. I have Eldlich, Solemn Strike, and Gozen Match going into his turn. There's literally nothing he can draw that will save him. Like, he's just done. The reason I grab Huaquero is because I want to, you know, if he does bring out DPE, I can manage DPE after his pop, and I can also manage either Invocation or Alistair. But regardless, what I wanted to show you was the fact that despite me making some massive, massive blunders, right? You know, like I accidentally kept my Eldlich in the graveyard. He fused it away with Invocation. That's no bueno, right? But you know, I even got my Elixir banished and negated, so that lasts like one. Despite all of that, Witch's Strike just single-handedly just won me the game. Completely blew him out, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. Let's see what's in his hand. Infinite Impermanence, useless, completely useless, right? Like, yeah, this game is OGRE. There's nothing you can do about it. Witch's Strike. If you're not main decking it and you're playing Eldlich, you need to start main decking it. I'm running 2 copies. I know some of you asked me why only 2 copies, because Trap Trick is 2 more copies, and you don't really want to see more than one, especially since, like, once you Witch's Strike them once, like, you know, there's no, you know, they're not going to be able to recover or get enough cards where a second Witch's Strike will ever make sense. So 1 is all you need to see. But obviously, you know, because Trap Trick requires 2 copies, you run a minimum of 2. So, Witch's Strike, amazing card. Run it in your main deck. It's amazing. And if you're a Dark Magician player looking for spicy, you know, main deck tech options that are not hand traps, try Witch's Strike, right? I mean, in this case, I used it against a Mechaba in an Invoke matchup, but you can absolutely use it against Flandres' Apex Avian. You can use it against any deck that uses Barone. You can use it against, like, Sword Soul. You can use any deck that uses the Adventure Engine. It's amazing. Every time I use this card and it resolves, I just win. It's so good. Like, I've never ever bricked on this card. Like, let's just put it that way. And you know, like, it's 2 copies, right? Like, so even if you do get some rogue matchup that has no omni negates, you know, you may not necessarily see it. You can use Trap Trick to search other stuff, and you can just side out game 2 and 3. It's not a big deal. Yeah, Witch's Strike, amazing card. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. Please play this. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.